Welcome to Mr. English Learners.
Learn in a unique way.
Hi learners! Welcome back to Mr. English Learners. I'm Helen, your guide through the cozy woods of the English language.
And I'm Jack. And honestly, Helen, before we start today, I need to ask you a very serious question.
Oh no, I know that serious voice, Jack. What happened now?
Okay, so tell me, if a person, let's say a handsome, smart person like me, walks into a cafe and introduces himself by spilling an entire iced latte onto his own shoes, is that a right introduction? Because that was my morning.
Wait, did you actually do that today?
Helen, I saw a former coworker. I wanted to look cool. I walked over, opened my mouth to say, "Hi, long time no see." But instead, my brain crashed. I tripped on my own feet, and suddenly, my latte was no longer in the cup. It was on my white sneakers.
Oh, Jack, that is a tragedy. What did you say?
That's the worst part. They asked, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And instead of saying, "Yes, I'm just clumsy," I looked at the coffee on the floor and said, "I am coffee."
I am coffee? Really, Jack? That's not an introduction. That's a spiritual crisis.
I know. I felt so stagnant standing there in a puddle of milk. But it made me think, how many of our listeners feel exactly like that? You prepared a perfect English sentence in your head, but when the moment comes, you just say, "I am coffee."
It's so true. Are you also confusing how to give a right introduction? Do you feel like your English is a cage? Well, today we're going to create a suspense around your story. We're going to help you move from spilled coffee to perfect connection.
Hey, I wasn't finished.
I'm sorry, Jack, but I was bored after the first 5 seconds. That's what I call the robot protocol. It's technically correct English, but it's emotionally empty. It's like eating a piece of dry bread.
But why do we do it? Why do we all sound like robots when we meet someone new?
Because we are afraid. We think that if we use simple English, we look useless. We try to hide our personality behind a wall of facts, because facts are safe. Facts don't get rejected.
That's a deep thought. If I tell you I'm a manager, you can't tell me I'm wrong. But if I tell you I love bad 80s action movies, you might think I'm weird.
Exactly. But Jack, the weird stuff is where the friendship lives. I remember when I was a student, I had to introduce myself to a room of 50 people. I was terrified. I said, "Hi, I'm Helen. I'm from the city, and I want to be a teacher."
Sounds normal. A bit dry, but normal.
Right. And nobody talked to me for the rest of the night. I was invisible. But then a guy walked up and said, "Hi, I'm Tom, and I've eaten pizza for dinner every day for 3 years."
Now that is a legend. Hey learner, if you enjoy our video, so please like, subscribe, and share with your friends so they also learn English like you.
Everyone surrounded him. They had 1,000 questions. Are you healthy? Thank you. Now, what's the best topping? Do you hate pineapples? He wasn't a manager or a CEO. He was just the pizza guy. He used simple English, but he created a curiosity loop.
So the secret is to be a little bit off script?
Yes, you have to stop playing the game by the old rules. The ball is in your court, but you're allowed to change the color of the ball.
Let's talk about that "I'm late" feeling. When we introduce ourselves, we feel like we are behind in life. You meet someone who is 25 and has a house, a car, and a perfect smile, and you are 35 still learning the difference between present perfect and past simple.
Oh, I feel that in my soul. I went on a date a few years ago. This guy, oh man, Jack, he was the king of robot intros. He spent 30 minutes talking about his success. He said, "I have 5 companies. I wake up at 4 a.m. to meditate, and I've never eaten a carbohydrate in my life."
He sounds like a nightmare. Did he even breathe?
I don't think so. Then he looked at me and said, "And what about you, Helen? What is your greatest contribution to society?"
Contribution to society? Who asked that on the first date?
I almost did, but then I looked at him and said, "Well, last week I saved a spider from my bathtub without screaming, and I also managed to finish a 1,000-piece puzzle that was missing 3 pieces."
You are a hero, Helen, truly.
He didn't think so. He just stared at me like I was misaligned. He didn't understand that my life isn't a race. It's a series of small, funny chapters. And that's the lesson for our listeners. Your introduction is a filter. If you are real, you will push away the robots and pull in the humans.
I love that. If someone doesn't like your spider story, they aren't your person. You don't need perfect English to find your global family. You just need honest English.
Let's get practical. How do we build this? Give the people the formula. Okay, let's use the 3 pillars. The spark, something you are doing right now that makes you happy. Not your job title, but the why behind it. The flaw, a tiny, funny thing that makes you human, like Jack's coffee incident. The bridge, a question that invites the other person into your world.
Let's try it. I'll go first. Hi, I'm Jack. Lately, I've been spending my nights trying to teach my dog how to high five, which is failing because he just wants to eat my socks. I'm a person who loves finding the humor in small disasters. Tell me, what's the last thing that made you laugh until your stomach hurt?
Wow, Jack, that was actually good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm quite the professional.
See, in that intro, you told me you are a teacher, indirectly. You told me you have a dog, and you showed me you are funny. And most importantly, you asked me a question. You opened a door.
And notice I didn't use any words that a B1 learner would know. High five, socks, stomach hurt. These are simple words, but they carry a lot of comfortable humor.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about the suspense. When you introduce yourself, don't give it all away. If someone asks, "What do you do?" don't say, "I'm a nurse." Say, "I spend my day making sure people feel a little less scared when they are in the hospital."
Ooh, that's a curiosity hook. Now I want to know more. I want to know a story.
Right, you are catching up with their heart, not just their ears.
I think it's time for our word tour. Let's take a slow walk through the garden of vocabulary we used today.
Relax. You don't need to memorize these. Just let them touch your mind.
When 2 things, like 2 people or 2 goals, don't point in the same direction.
The strong parts of your story that keep it from falling down.
Doing something different from the rules. Being authentic.
Learners family, that's you, all of you, listening from different time zones, eating different snacks, but sharing the same heart.
I'm actually feeling a lot better about my coffee shoes now, Helen.
Good, because honestly, the brown color matches your eyes.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, I have a bag of vinegar and chips calling my name.
And I'm going to go work on that puzzle. I think I found one of the missing pieces under the sofa.
To our Mr. English learners, the ball is in your court. Write your 3 pillars introduction in the comments. We want to know your spark and your flaw.
We are cheering for you, always.
You aren't behind. You're just in a very interesting chapter.
See you next time.
I think see you soon.